day everyone, welcome to another lesson. We're still on SQL, but today we'll be working on another command in the data manipulation language, and that is the select from where command. This command is used to pull out attributes data from a database or a table in a database. So we're going to see how we'll use this query to get some information from our database. The question before us is this. So this is what we're working with today. So let's move to Preston School database that we created earlier. That is it that I've opened here. Remember, in the last class we created a table, and then these are the queries we saved. So we'll be working with them to solve these tasks. All right, so before we do that, let's quickly check this table. I worked on this table, and you will see that I've added a column to it, and that is date of birth. Looking at this question here, you will notice that the records of the new staffs has date of birth. So obviously you have to include date of birth in your table. So now let's quickly go to the tabs and say how it will look like. We have to insert the records into the table employee. So just like the way we added other records, we're going to do that again. And now it's going to be much prettier, faster. You have your queries saved here, so you just pick them and then edit, and then you can run it. So when you want to use queries you've saved, you just click on it, you right click, and then click on design view, and automatically you are in the SQL view. Look at this view here, you are in the SQL view. When I'm checking this, I'm in the data sheet view, so take note of that. So let's come back to insert. All right, we want to put in all this data, so quickly let's do that. Remember, you tell us the table you want to add it, and then give us the attribute. Insert into employee the values. So the first ID there now is 120. So let's put in those attributes quickly. Okay, and the last attribute here is the date of birth. So if I were you to be careful, I'm going to copy the date of birth directly. Then I will just, your comma. Now, in access where you want to declare dates, you don't use the quotation symbol, you use the hash symbol. You open a hash, you paste the date, and that is how it's going to see it as date. If you put the use the quotation symbol, it's going to see it as a text. But this is actually a date, so we have to use the hash symbol, and then you close your bracket, and let's run this. Okay, right, you about yes, and then you have it there. So let's quickly check the table and see if that has been added. Remember, I said you have to refresh, so look at will be easy and all that. So let's go back to the insert and input other attributes to create other records. All right, the next one here is 1251 chi. So let's do that quickly. 125. Okay, so to the last one. Now if you check the table here, you can see that I've added all that is in the question. Now let's go to the next question. It says select staff first name, last name, and age, whose last name is she. So this is the major thing we want to do in today's lesson using select from where command. So let's go to access. Now create a new query. So let's query design. This pops up, you close it, and then you select the SQL view. Alright, remember it's your default. You can leave it and then you modify it and type. So you type select. So let's go back to the question. What do we want to select? It says the first name and the last name. Let's just copy it to make it faster. First name, last name, and let's just delete this and because it's going to give you an error message. You just use comma to separate them. That is what we want to select. From where? From table employee. And what do you want to select? You want to select the first, last name, age from employee table employee. Now, whose last name is Chi? Whose last name is Chi? So that's the condition. So you're going to write it this way: where last name equals single quotation mark was condition Chi. So we want to select the first name, the last name, the age of employees whose last name is Chi. So let's run this and see what we will get. Let's run it. Okay, so can you see it's so lovely? This is telling us that F.A. Chi, 52 years old, their last name, if you check well, everyone here, their last name is Chi, and that is the condition you declared. Let's go back to the SQL query. You select from the view where last name is Chi. So you can just say that and then can do whatever you want to do with the data. Okay, we're going to save this quickly. Let's save it as select last name Chi. Okay. Now let's move to question 2. The next question. Pull out all staff's first name and last name from single employee. Okay. In our table, we have about 6 fields, 6 columns. So we'll just need the first name and last name according to the question. All you need to do is to create a query for that. Select query design, close this, select SQL, and then you type. Select what you want to select. First name, let's quickly copy that from the question. To be on a safer side, you can just copy that from the question. And don't forget to delete this and put a comma. Select first name and last name from employee. Is there any condition? No condition this time around from table employee. So let's run this and see what we will get. Run. Wow, look at this. So these are the names of all the staff in Preston School, their first name and the last name. Alright, let's save this quickly as all names something. Okay. Alright, so the next question. Identify staff ID whose first name is Ade. So that's what we want to do now. You come here, create query design, close this, select your query view, and then you type select ID from employee where first name equals Ade, and let's try to run it. Okay, so this is what we have. These are the people the bearing Ade. This is their ID. Okay, to be sure that you've selected only the people bearing Ade, you can just go back to query and add this to it. Select ID, comma, first name, from employee. So look at it. And if you go to this table and check well, here we have Ade, and then this ID is 111. We also have Ade here, 126, and that is what we have here. And we also have Ade here, and that is what we have here. All right, so let's save this as select Ade. Select. I'm saving it so that if I'm sending it over to anyone, they can easily see the query to the question. To the next question now. So we have this. Identify staff. So we have to select all staffs whose date of birth is on or before 23rd March 1998. So how do we do that? Very simple. You create your query, close this, select SQL view, and you're right. Select. Now to select all, you need all the staffs whose date of birth is on or before 23rd March 1998. So you use the all, select all command. And how do we express all? You use the asterisk symbol. Once you see that you are selecting all, select all from employee where DOB now is on or before. On or before, we'll be using the less symbol, less than symbol, less than equal to the date, that's 23rd. Let's copy that, 23rd March 1998. So remember, dates should be expressed in in hashtag, and then you close it. So let's try to run this to see what we'll get. Oh, look at this. Now these are all the staffs in this employee table. You can see the number of staffs we have there, but here we have only those whose birthday falls on or before. Remember, on or before 23rd March 1998. So if you check through the dates, you won't see any date that is after 1998. These are dates that comes before 23rd March 1998. Okay, so let's quickly save this query as DOB 23rd. Okay, so I have that there saved. Now to the next question, the last one. We have identify staffs whose DOB is after now. Okay, it's just the opposite we've done before. Now after 23rd March 1990, how do we do that? So now create your design. Select this and then you type. So type this, select, all staff from employee. Okay, the condition now is where DOB is greater than or equal to the date, you open the hashtag, you close it, let's run it. So these are all the staff whose date of birth is after 23rd March 1998. So let's save this as after 23rd. Okay, it's important to save it, especially when you're sending it over, you're submitting it to someone. Right, so we've been able to answer all this question. I hope you've learned something today. Make sure to practice more and see you in the next lesson. Bye.